There comes a time in every artist's career where they choose to paint a self-portrait. So I'm gonna be doing that, but I'm gonna make one like this. I really like historical fashion and historical everything kind of. So I wanted to make historically accurate self-portraits, or as historically accurate as I can get them. So this is going to be part 1 of my series, and the first era we will be tackling is the Tudor era. So I will be inspired by these kinds of paintings, and inspired by that I will paint a self-portrait. So yeah, that's what we're doing. That is our journey, and I'm going to take you along with me. All right, now before I start painting, I have to take a reference picture. And before I take a reference picture, I'm gonna be doing my makeup in the Tudor style. You know, like how they would do their makeup back in the day. I actually have a lot to do, which is strange considering how minimal this makeup style is. So let's get started. First thing that was really big in Tudor fashion was having a large forehead. So I'm gonna be swooping my bangs back. As you can see, I'm already kind of doing that, but I'm gonna wear like a headband, actually swoop them back. And also, in order to get the appearance of a larger forehead, they would plug their eyebrows. I'm not gonna pluck my eyebrows, but what I am gonna do is I'm gonna cover my eyebrows. I'm gonna cover my eyebrows, and then I'm gonna draw them back on, like draw very minimal eyebrows back on. Now, I'm gonna do that off camera because it's a lot of work, and you already saw how I did that in my No, I'm Not a Human makeup video. And if you haven't watched that one, you should, because I put a lot of work in it. Let's cover these babies. Okay, so I've covered my eyebrows. Now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take this palette, take a little like eyebrow brush, this shade, and with that shade, I'm gonna draw on some light eyebrows. All right, so I drew on some light eyebrows. They're not exactly even, but I'm painting them anyway. During the painting, I can make them more even. But yeah, having light hair would be really in trend in the Tudor fashion. So being blonde or strawberry blonde or ginger, those hair colors were in trend. So I guess my hair wasn't really trendy. I'm not gonna change my hair color for this. I'm just gonna change my makeup. But I did give myself like a lighter shade of eyebrows. Now next up, is the face. As you can see, I'm already holding sunscreen because in those days it was really trendy to be very pale skinned. Now I wanted to make myself look more naturally pale than I already am. So I will be using a tip that I saw Karolina Żebrowska. Please tell me I pronounced your name right, Queen. I love you. But I saw on one of her videos that she uses sunscreen to get a more realistic pale look. So I'm going to be using sunscreen, and I'll be setting that with some white setting powder. All right, so you can't really see it on camera, but in person I definitely look a little paler. But next step, we are going in with blush and a lip tint. This is a tinted lip balm. It's red. It's a strawberry tint from Labello. And for the blush, I'm just using a simple red blush to add to my cheeks. Now in the paintings I saw, the blush placement was pretty high on the cheekbone. So I'm just trying to emulate that really quick. And now the final step, a little lip balm. Okay, and I'm all done. And I'm gonna start posing for the reference picture, and I'm gonna print that out, and then we can finally start painting. So I'm gonna be working on my floor on A3 paper. I chose for a paper instead of a canvas because this is just easier to store away. And yeah. Okay, so for the drawing, I'm gonna be using the grid method. It's a really great method for scaling an image up and keeping the proportions intact. All right, so I'm busy doing the drawing. This looks nothing like me. I followed the proportions exactly. This looks nothing like me. What did I do? Just Just trust the process, okay? I'm trusting the process. All right, so the sketch is done. I kind of hate it, but I'm trusting the process still. Right, so I have primed the paper and I'm about to start painting. So I've laid down the first layer of paint. By the way, I am not using oil paints like the painters back then used to because I don't have oil paints and they are expensive. I am using acrylic paint, so yeah. I am working on some skin details, and from afar, it doesn't look half bad. It actually looks pretty decent. I'm kind of happy. And I fucked up on the eyebrows. I'm just gonna honestly leave it like this because I can't be bothered to go back and paint over them again. I am about to lose it. Why doesn't it look like me anymore? This is the closest I can get it to looking like me. It still really doesn't look like me, but I cannot get it any better. Right now I'm working on the dress and I kind of hate it, but I'm just gonna keep going because I don't know what else to do. So yeah. Also, I used the exact same paint for the headband or like for the French hood as I did for the dress, but for some reason the dress in real life appears darker than the French hood. So I don't know what I'm doing wrong. All right, so I'm done with the clothes and right now I'm gonna fill in the background. I actually should have done this like as a first step, but I'm not that great at painting. So yeah, I think we're gonna go with the green background, but we're gonna see which one looks better. So I chose for green. I hate the color green, but I think it really fits with the portrait. Yeah, I kind of like it. Now I'm gonna get started on the details on the dress and stuff like that. But first I need this to dry a little bit more. And I am finally done with this painting. I can't touch this because the paint is still wet, but I'm finally done with her. I need to like cut a piece off from here because I feel like there's too much space above her. Or above me, I guess. But yeah, this is my painting. I'm really happy with it. Me and Twin!